Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Lazy Cat Reactions. So we're here, the season 12 finale, titled Room to Grow. Jack discovers that Will's wild horses are in jeopardy, so the family rallies to bring them home. I was asking all throughout the last episode, what's going to happen with the horses? And they're in jeopardy. My guess is that people are going to try to get rid of them, maybe cull them, now that Will is gone. So they'll bring them home. I think we'll see that mare that we saw before, that I think was at the beginning of the season, and her foal. We'll probably see them, and that big, beautiful black stallion. It says bring them home. Obviously, they're not going to stay at the Heartland Ranch because they're wild horses, but they can roam the land there in Hudson. So that's going to be good. Like I was saying, it's bittersweet that there's only 11 episodes this season. And it's going to be even more bittersweet when I start season 13, when there's only 10, you know? Because I'm so used to there being 18 episodes. That's a pretty big drop, going from like 18 episodes down to 10 or 11. Like, what the hell happened? Were they just mid-season replacements? Or what? Why were seasons 2 through 11 all full with 18 episodes? I mean, season 1 was 13. But then, yeah, 2 through 11 were all 18, and then all of a sudden season 12 is 11, and 13 through 15 are 10, and then 16 luckily bumped back up a bit, but it just kind of makes you wonder why the big drop. I don't know, maybe I'll look it up. If anyone knows, let me know down in the comments. And let's get started. Yeah, those horses. And of course, there's no food for them now. Mama and baby.
Babies. Mom? Where are we going? I don't know, but that is why it's so exciting.
I'm sure whatever cold feet would just have it.
Just, yeah, like Lisa said, leave her be.
Oh, thanks for coming.
These guys have been through so much.
It wasn't your fault that I missed my horse show. Sweet. He's your friend.
You mean like adopt him yourself?
Oh.
If he is getting cold feet and everything, let him make that determination. Don't be sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong. Don't be like Rachel on Friends, you know, let him. And, you know, when he was talking about, he was a little nervous at the thought of spending his life with Maya. And I'm like, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to be happy or spend the rest of their lives together. I mean, look, Tim was excited, you know, he was excited. He thought that Marion was the right person. And as we saw, they broke up. So obviously that didn't work. He just twitched. So, yeah, I do. I mean, you know, everyone talks about how it's normal to be nervous. And I think it is a bit normal for people to think, you know, is this the right person that I'm to be with? You know, I think you would question that. But I also think that you know if it is or isn't. So Lou needs to just chill out, back away. If something's going to happen, let Mitch be the one to do it. Okay, good. They're taking another trailer. Yeah, probably is just in case. They don't want to stack them too big. Hey, get him in there.
We got to do something about Ruth. Are we really talking about this? I think she's just trying to accept the reality of the situation.
No, she's given up.
I am kind of surprised that it was pretty easy to get those horses. I kept waiting for someone to show up and stop them. Now, there might be a repercussion coming up, but, you know, it was like they fit all the horses in there, and I was like, yeah, I bet those wild horses were probably the whole time whinnying and thinking, where the hell are we going? You know? But I've said this multiple times. I think animals know when you're trying to help. And ultimately, I think that black stallion knew. You know, I know this person. I know she's not going to hurt me. I know these people are not dangerous, which is why he finally got in the truck. I just hope they didn't leave any behind, you know. I hope they got them all. They probably did, but I was like, what if, you know, they were missing a horse or two and that horse shows up and it's like all of his buddies are gone? That'd be really sad. But, you know, I talked about that land there and I'm like, how do you know that they're going to stay on that land? I mean, they're wild horses. Wouldn't they just kind of roam? And plus, that land that they're talking about, you know, that Amy and Ty donated. And I thought, they're going to have to make sure, you know, that they give them food, especially with winter coming. You know, they're going to have to make sure to take hay and stuff out for them. Maybe they'll create little things to keep them warm, you know? Because I could see Amy and Ty doing something like that. But, yeah, they're safe now. They're in a good spot. They're safe. And they won't have to worry about anything. That's sweet.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, you're not dressed.
She's staying to help me take care of the kids.
Oh, sorry we're late.
There she is. Oh, we are gonna have so much fun.
Oh, Tyler's very nice. It's a nice suit.
For Auntie Lou, okay, sweetheart?
Okay, thanks. Well, see you guys there, okay?
Jack's gone. Well, like I said, I think both Jack and Tim should go because they're his business partners. And it makes sense.
Hello? You're going to hate yourself for the rest of your life.
And if she... I think you're too late, maybe... Yeah, where the hell is everyone? Is it, like, too late and they're all gone or what? But, you know, Tim is like, you need to go and tell him. And I'm like, okay, so what happens if she goes, tells him, and he says, sorry, it's too late, I love Maya. You don't think she'll regret that later? I mean, maybe she won't. Maybe she'll feel happy that she told him. But she might regret that later. She might regret making that move later. And maybe he would say, yes, okay, I want to be with you. But I don't agree with doing this. She had her chance and she blew it. Now, I am the type of person who says that until you say your vows, it's fair game. Which is true. Until you do actually say, I do, it is fair game. But at the same time, she's had plenty of opportunities to say something. And if Mitch feels the same way, he's had plenty of opportunity to say something too. At this point, it's like, let it go. Now, I have a feeling you're going to see him because I have a feeling he just broke Maya's heart since he had cold feet. But, and like I said, I also hate that Ty and Amy had to miss it. But they're going to go grab Luke, hopefully get help for his mother. You know, she told Clint that she might not be able to take care of him, but then they were going to go on a road trip, I guess, and find a new job or something. It's kind of sus. Very pretty church. Why is he not?
What are you doing here?
I'm still in love with you.
Why is he not in a suit?
I ran in here to tell you that in the middle of your wedding, which is so wrong. But here I am.
Why are you not questioning what he's wearing?
Because it wasn't a wedding.
There we go. Think of all the money spent.
So I came back to apologize to him in person.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he made a valid point there when he said, about Lindy, like, really wasn't ready. And it's like, yeah, that's basically what happens when you're kids. You're not ready for, they say we want to wait to have kids until we're ready. Well, people waited until they were ready, they'd never have them. Because I don't think you're ever completely ready. I mean, there might be some people who get to a point in their life where they're like, okay, yeah, now. But I think generally people aren't ready, but they make it work. And I'm thinking, Lou and Peter, they really weren't ready. They made it work because they wanted Georgie, but Georgie just kind of one day showed up and never left. So, they were going about their lives, and then all of a sudden, Georgie came in. So, Andrea might not want to give him up. And like I said, I think she was being kind of shitty there, where she's like, he's my son. I would have been like, and did we say he wasn't? Did we say anything else? Don't be so defensive. Don't be jealous. So, I know I've seen a picture, I think it was like season 16. I think they posted something like around Thanksgiving or around the holidays or something on the Heartland Instagram. And there was a darker skinned kid there. I was wondering who that was. I'm guessing that that's Luke. I'm guessing I just met him and that's the kid that we're going to see throughout the rest. I mean, I was trying to look at him to see if it was like the same facial features. I couldn't quite tell. But it could be someone else too. But I was kind of like, I wonder if that's Luke. But before I got here and I saw it, I was like, okay, who the hell is this kid? We got this new random person in here too. So, and obviously that's why this title is Room to Grow, because room to grow a family, to grow with your hearts, grow with love. It's a good time.
How about it? I'm being nice.
Remember what we talked about earlier?
Yeah, I think I might change my mind. Two sugars. I am going to put something in that tea, and it won't be sugar.
Remy! Here we go again, turning pages. This story doesn't end. It just changes one. Yes, he is. Wendy. Chapter in the book of us. And Luke is all blown away. We were laughing, so we wouldn't. It just changes one more chapter in the book of us. Tough season completed. And now, of course, they have Luke. And yeah, I'm also kind of surprised at how easily they got those horses. I thought shit for sure someone was going to interfere. But I didn't like what Dory, was that her name? What Dory said? She said that Will lied to them and had it that when he died, they would go to a slaughterhouse. That's shitty. And that doesn't seem like something Will would do. I mean, why would he do that? But of course, as soon as Jack heard that, he was like, fuck no, that ain't happening. And he knew by telling Amy that Amy was going to be like, we're getting those horses. I like how Tim came through with that big trailer. The horses are there, they're safe. Obviously, Mitch broke up with Maya because there are still feelings there for Lou. He had said that he was needing some time, and Lou stopped him. And I was thinking, Lou stopping him might not necessarily have been the right thing. Especially because if he's going to just start up with Lou, it could kind of seem like a rebound from Maya, who I think was basically a rebound from Lou. So it's like these people don't like the idea of spending time alone. Like, y'all break up, then you find someone else, and you break up with that person, then you move on to someone else. It's like, geez. So we'll see what season 13 brings for Lou and Mitch, and how these guys are growing and adapting with Luke there now. And the next episode, it says Amy and Ty disagree over whether to take on a client. And, they've said that before, where they said that they will disagree with each other, which happens. I'm also wondering if we're going to get an announcement soon about season 15 here on Netflix, because I think it was about this time last year when I had started, I think like season 2 or season 3, where it said, season 14 coming April 1st. Now maybe they will wait till the month of March and then post it. Or maybe it's not going to hit till later in the year. Maybe I'll be all caught up and won't even notice that they'll have season 15 until 6 months from now. I don't know. Because I don't know how, what the contract is. But I would assume, since they posted season 14 last year, that we'll get season 15 on Netflix this year and season 16 then 2024. Since that kind of seems to be the way it goes. But I have noticed Heartland is on a bunch of streaming services. It's on Netflix, it's on Prime. There's one I think called Up that it's on. Of course, there's its own station. We've got a Samsung TV, so on TV Plus, it's there. It might be on Pluto. And I think it's other streaming services too. I think it might be on Hulu. But yeah, Heartland's all over. It's pretty much on most streaming services. And I'm like, that's good though, I mean, I'm glad that it's on the streaming services because people like me have been able to be introduced. And that's one of the great things about streaming services is that people are introduced to shows that they wouldn't normally get to see. I mean, this was a Canadian show, so it aired in Canada. And maybe it did air here in the States, and I just never saw it or noticed it before. But it's a Canadian show, so maybe it just aired in Canada. And without streaming services, might never have been introduced to a show like this. And the world would be very sad. But it's kind of the same with, with other things. I did reactions to The Ex-Wife. You can check out my videos on that. And that is a UK show that's on Paramount Plus. So it's on Paramount Plus UK. But thanks to streaming and everything, and VPNs, I was able to go ahead and watch it and review it. Or a show that is, there's a couple other shows that are British shows that might be available on Netflix or HBO Max or something like that you might not normally get to see. But because the streaming services have it, you have another opportunity. So, streaming services have really helped give life to shows and movies. Thank you for joining me for the season 12 finale of Heartland. All the way through, I got 4 seasons left. I remember starting this thinking, God, I got so much to do, and now 4 seasons to go. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Lazy Cat Reactions. And if you can, please support me on Buy Me a Coffee. Link is in the description. Shout out to my editor. Her link is also in the description. Hire her for your editing needs, please. I'm sure she would be grateful for the work. She's the one that makes these videos the way they are. I just sit here. You know, she's the one who puts the screen up here and adds the intro and outro and does all the other stuff. So shout out to her, give her some love, and yeah, you know, have her talk to you if you were looking for an editor as well. I hope you all having a great day, great week, great month, great year. I hope you enjoyed Kitty sleeping here the entire time. My cat Alice, who normally sleeps up here, is over there in her little heated cat bed. Well, it's not heated right now, but still she's in her heated cat bed. And, you know, I always love it when I have the cats to join, so I'm glad that they were able to join. I hope you enjoyed them too. I'll see you for the season 13 premiere. Bye.